Oh, hey there. Come on in. Have a seat. I think we need to talk. You're not in trouble. It's just there's something really important I got to get off my chest. You know, the other day, Disney announced their new power bands for the Web Slinger attraction at Avengers Campus at California Adventure at the Disneyland Resort, and a lot of people had some mixed opinions on them. And I think we needed to sit down and have a heart-to-heart conversation about the goods, the bads, the uglies, and the beautifuls of this new ride DLC concept. So you may be extremely confused as to what I'm talking about right now. Recently, Disney announced that you would be able to add on an additional sort of part of an experience to the attraction Web Slingers coming in Avengers Campus by purchasing these different superhero-themed power bands. There's one for Spider-Man, one for Iron Man, Rescue, Ghost Spider, which is apparently Spider-Gwen's real superhero name. I didn't know that. I guess I'm a fake fan. Now these new accessories, the web shooters and the repulsors, will have very special effects inside the ride. They'll sort of change the experience a little bit. Disney says themselves, I quote, "Now there is one super thing we haven't shared yet. While everyone will be able to sling webs on the attraction for the first time ever on a Disney Parks attraction, you'll be able to customize your experience aboard Web Slingers, a Spider-Man adventure with web tech accessories. Yes, you read that correctly. When you gear up, you'll be able to find your own powers and get a different experience aboard the attraction." People were very split on this. They put paid DLC in a ride. Okay, but for real, SonderQuest is the best Twitter account on the entire website. If you're not following them, I don't know what you're doing. Some kid using the web tech accessory versus me just using my hands. Hey man, you snooze, you lose. You're not a Spider-Man fan? I don't know what to tell you. It's probably going to be a very similar experience. I'll get to that a little bit later though. Absolutely zero interest in merchandise and picking up new plastic toys. Until they showed that you can buy bands that customize your weaponry in web slingers, electric webs, arc repulsors, this is the kind of experience customization that I was hoping for from Galaxy's Edge. How are we just a couple weeks from release and this isn't more widely discussed? Now, if you don't already know, Web Slingers is a shooting gallery style attraction like Toy Story Mania or Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters. And the story here is that Spider-Man's spider bots have gone haywire and he needs your help to track them all down and get rid of them. By slinging webs, I guess? Ensnaring them in your webs, I should say. And it will be the only attraction open in Avengers Campus on June 4th when the entire land opens. Besides Mission Breakout, but we've all been on that, right? If you haven't, go on it. And of course, with Avengers Campus taking place in the Marvel Universe where Thor did go for the head, Tom Holland returns to play Peter Parker. Spider-Man. I said Spider-Man. Nah, who am I kidding? Everybody knows at this point. I'm assuming the ride's going to be a mix of screens and physical sets, sort of similar to the Ant-Man Nano Battle ride you can find in Hong Kong, but different because you're shooting webs, not shooting a gun. But now let's get into the touchy stuff. Ride DLC. Now, DLC stands for downloadable content, and it's something that's very common in video games today. You give the developer more money to get more content from the game after it's been launched. Things like different outfits or skins in multiplayer games, or new maps and modes in single-player games. These are very common in the industry, and it seems like Disney's trying to implement them into their attractions. Or attraction. Now, my good friend Disney Dan and I have talked about this before, bringing a special magic band on board the Haunted Mansion on our Foolish Mortals podcast. A sort of way to unlock new scenes or effects based on an item you bring aboard the attraction, very similar to the web shooters.
Can I give you?
I would sign off on it.
Can I pitch you on my on how to make the night animatronic? Are you ready for this?
Tell me what you got.
I'm gonna pitch you this idea. Everyone, buckle in. Because this is an idea I am hyped about.
Jeez.
And I really want because as a mansion lover like yourself, I want to know how you'd feel about this, right?
Okay, let's hear it.
Disney releases 2,500 magic bands that are $700 a piece, right?
And they send one to me for free because I'm a vlogger, right?
Absolutely not. These things are going to be highly contended. They might be like a D23, Club 33 kind of situation. I don't know what it is, right? But
I would get my paws on one.
Hypothetically,
somehow.
a hyper limited edition Haunted Mansion magic band, and on it is the night, right? And so, if you are wearing your $700 magic band and you ride the Haunted Mansion, it will know you're on the ride, and just for you and the doom buggy surrounding you, you will trigger a special effect on the ride, which is the night scare.
I'm happy about this. I'm torn because people will say that it's pay to win, like pay to experience. You know, they're like, oh, why can't everyone get the effect?
It's 100% that. But listen, okay.
Exactly.
Here, let me break that down. One, how awesome will it be when you're in one of the Doom buggies nearby when it happens and you're like, I wonder who's here. I wonder who has the magic band.
Now, Disney, I believe, has taken Dan's idea, which I still would love, and improved on it, because this isn't a $700 limited edition magic band. This is a $60 wristband and a $30 add-on if you want more add-ons. So one, it's not expensive, and two, it's a really cool, unique experience for people who are on the attraction with you. And it's not hyper-limited either. You can buy these whenever you want. There's not going to be limited 500 Iron Man wristbands. Now, obviously, the way I'm talking about this, I think this is a fun and a good thing. It adds re-rideability, right? That's the main thing. Every ride will be different, whether you go on with just your hands, slinging webs, or the special Spider-Man web slinger, or the Iron Man web slinger, or the rescue web slinger arc reactor things. This is going to make the ride way more interactive and way more re-rideable. And with California Adventure and Disneyland being local parks, the emphasis on re-rideability, because people go there so often, is very important. And I think Disney knew that when they added this to the ride. They knew people would do this. They knew superfans, like me, would buy into it because it's a way to alter the ride experience based on what you want to do with it. Now, I get not everybody is willing to throw around money willy-nilly for an add-on to an attraction. I think what's important and that Disney needs to emphasize here is that this doesn't make someone better at the attraction. Just because they have multi-shot or an arc reactor doesn't mean that they'll do better than someone who doesn't. Maybe a points handicap or multiplier based on what attachment you used. A way for both the people who paid for the attachments and those who didn't to enjoy the ride the same way and be happy. Honestly, my biggest worry is that they're going to be sold out by the time I go and I won't be able to get any. I know, it's a pretty trivial thing to be worried about, but I want that multi-shot and the Iron Man repulsor. I want all of it. Guys, I have a problem. And it's like Dan sort of mentioned earlier, this opens the door to so many more possibilities on existing and new attractions to add special scenes for special people who have special objects. But it doesn't have to be pay for the super expensive exclusive magic band to get this scene. A special limited edition regularly priced magic band could unlock new scenes in the Haunted Mansion or Pirates of the Caribbean, or maybe when you build your car in the pre-show for Test Track, you'll be able to actually see it in the attraction going about the tests, instead of just on a leaderboard at the end of different ride scenes. I think the future for this technology and ride add-ons is very up in the air right now. It's in a sort of limbo, but I think the consensus is as long as Disney doesn't go pay to win or pay to play, I mean, you're already paying to get into the park, I don't see it being that big of a problem. Like I said, most people going to California Adventure are locals, so they want re-rideability, and this gives them that option to sort of customize rides. The future of ride customization. That's what this really boils down to, everybody. The question is, will Disney go down the trail of darkness and money and pay-to-win experiences, or will they make it a truly, purely optional experience that you don't have to buy into if you don't want to, but if you do, it gives you that little extra boost on the attraction that makes it specifically sort of tailored for you. But that's really all I have to say on it, because like I said before, people were very split on this. But what do you guys think? Do you think this is going a little bit too far, or do you think this is a cool next step into ride customization, even if you do have to pay for it? What do you think this is going to lead to in the future? I really want to know what you guys think, because honestly, I've seen a lot of people go both ways, or either way on it. Also, Disney announced this morning that the attraction will be using the virtual queue system similar to Rise of the Resistance, so you'll have to wake up early and get a boarding group at 7 a.m. for it. Yay. Now, if you guys don't mind, I need to go check on that Avengers e-ticket attraction they told us they were building, because look at that concept art. Does that look like a physical set version of Soarin' to you, or is that just me? Either way, I need to go check on that real quick, and I will see you guys in the next video, whenever that may be. We'll see. Apparently, it's not opening with the land. Hello everybody! I hope you enjoyed this super fun and yes, probably incredibly divisive video on Ride DLC and the new additions they're doing to the Spider-Man Web Slingers attraction in Avengers Campus when it opens on June 4th, and I will not be able to attend. If you enjoyed this video, if you agree with me, or even if you disagree with me, please hit the like button. Make sure to spread the word about this video. And if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button just so you can keep up to date with all of my most recent uploads, and maybe even hit that bell icon. I know it's been a while since I've said that, but the bell is very important. I usually respond to the earliest comments left, so if you want to have a little chat down in the comments below, make sure to hit the bell, and then I'll have a conversation with you. The names that you see scrolling past Spider-Man there are the names of my lovely Patreon supporters. Even just $1 gets you access to most of the perks, and you get your name in the credits at the end of every month, based on what tier you pledge to. They also got a sneak preview of this video, and they got to watch the whole thing a day early, and it sounds pretty cool to me. And if it sounds pretty cool to you, please head over to the link in the description, and like I said, even just $1, it goes a long way. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at OffhandDisney. I post a lot there. Sometimes I get on the Disney trending page on Twitter, which is really cool, really nifty. A lot of people see my tweets. And of course, I cannot forget about the Foolish Mortals podcast with my good friend Disney Dan. New episodes coming out, and we are actually improving the set here very soon. Keep an eye out for that. You will notice it's going to look fantastic. I'm very excited to share it with you guys. That is going to have to do it for today's end card, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Again, maybe next video I'll do that trip report I was talking about in last week's video. If you stick around to the end card, you know what I'm talking about. Come on, it's end card club. You're part of the end card club. You've made it. If you've made it this far, you're part of the club. I'll see you all in the next video. That may be a trip report. Goodbye.